I'm excited. I'm already very excited, and I'm going to be introducing the very first fireside chat that we're going to be having today. This fireside chat is with no other person but Joshua Agboola. I hope you are ready. In fact, get ready to be blown away with the story, or with telling you who Joshua Agboola is. It's my honor to introduce Joshua Agboola. So please listen very carefully. Joshua Agboola is a 13-year-old award-winning programmer, a future skills activist, YouTuber, and speaker on tech topics. He's the founder of Josh for Tech, a venture that seeks to provide knowledge and skills empowerment services, as well as web and mobile application solutions to businesses and individuals. It gets better. He has built capacity in the use of various programming languages and has built few games and apps and websites to his credit. One of which is the Kagukar, not Cougar, Kagukar, a voice-activated educational app meant for blind students and powered by artificial intelligence. I'm talking about a 13-year-old. So when I'm saying this, you should have an understanding of what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can see he's already on there. So Joshua has won several awards and accolades for his work, including the Intellectual Bravery category of the Indomie Heroes Independence Day Awards and the grand prize of the MTN Pulse Tech Hackathon. He has been called to speak at several physical and online conferences, of course, this one included, including the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry Information Communication Technology and Telecommunication Expo, ICTEL, where he became the youngest keynote speaker to present a talk. Just to make it very short, Joshua became the youngest African to be a certified cloud practitioner by Amazon Web Services, among so many other things. He's passionate about advocating for teaching tech skills to young people early, and is a knowledge coach on his YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel. You can actually go and check it out, where he teaches kids how to, different tech skills in different languages. So, parents and esteemed guests, get ready to be inspired by Joshua's story tonight. Join me as I welcome this young achiever for the first fireside chat tonight. Please give it up. However there's a reaction, whatever, just use that reaction to please give it up for Joshua Agboola.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm really excited for this program, and to communicate and to talk and to share my views and to share what has got me and the things that I've done. I've been looking forward to this, and it's now.
Awesome. We've not even started. It's already feeling so interesting. Amazing. Joshua, it's nice to have you. It's just an amazing thing to, reading this bio of yours. It's so inspiring. Trust me, it's so inspiring, and I can tell you already that the parents in here are also very, very much inspired. Parents, if you have your kids around, your teens around, please bring them on board, because this will be a very important time for them to really get inspired. It's very important. Joshua is just 13 years old, and it's amazing what is happening in the life of this young man. So first of all, we're going to start with a brief introduction. Joshua, I welcome you again to this fireside chat. Let's dwell a little bit on your journey. All right, let's dwell a little bit on your journey. When did you start with technology, and what exactly inspired you to start at that age when you started?
Yes. So actually I started programming, started my venture into tech at the age of 6. But the other day, back when I was still small, I love music a lot. I loved singing, and like one time when I was very, very small, I was like 2 years old. I finished eating the chicken and the bone. I was using to sing a song, and I was carrying it. My parents still have that picture of me. I don't know why they kept it, but that now inspired my parents to now get me a keyboard, because okay, since he loves music, why don't we get him a keyboard so that he can be able to sing and be able to play the piano together? And that starting of playing the piano actually helped in my speedy finger skills when you could type on the keyboard, and when you're writing program, you're writing code, when you're developing. That speedy finger skills all stemmed from the first time I was playing the keyboard. And I began to play the keyboard and began to get proficient in playing the keyboard. As I played at plenty events. One time I played at my sister's school, but that was one of the first things that drove me into tech. And I really thank my friends because definitely the ones that inspired me is that he has this skill and he has this talent, and let's cultivate it. So when I was 6, my parents actually sent me to Genius Academy, but when it wasn't planned because my sister was going to the school, my elder sister, but they could not just leave me at home. So they were like, okay, follow her so that you won't just be at home and be doing nothing. So that's when I now followed that to a I think summer coding camp. And that's where it all started. They first thought that he's too young because I was 6 and like I wouldn't be able to comprehend these things. My dad and I said that they create their own curriculum for me or their own space for me. And that's how it all started. And that's when I started learning the fundamentals of programming at age of 6. Then my next phase was now the
Wow, that's amazing. It's already interesting. It's already interesting. I saw a comment in the chat say, how did you remember what you did when you were 2? That was amazing. Amazing. It's beautiful. So your journey was actually, your starting was actually inspired by your parents and more or less not really planned, but all worked out for good.
Yes. Thank you.
Amazing.
So then after the piano playing skills, and I now went to the program. I went to a more structured program, which was the CCO coding camp. I first started as a scratch. Started doing as a scratch kid, doing all those scratch stuff. My parents felt that I was a bit advanced for that, so they took me to the higher class, which when I started to do web development, and I worked there for a while. But my parents said, okay, let's homeschool him in tech, and let's teach him tech. So they brought me from the program, and I started learning tech at home, working on some projects. That was when I developed my first website. I think at the age of 9. So that's when I developed my first website and the website for my school.
Wow.
And also my sister's website. So that time when my parents started to pull me from the program and say, okay, let's develop skills more. So that's when I started working on. But I'll say that was my prime. But now I'm in my second prime. But that was like my first prime. And that was when that was that really leveled me up in the web development side. I worked on a lot of things. I got to a point where I was creating so many games. I found a formula. I don't think I still remember that formula till now. But I was creating like several JavaScript games like in a day. Some of them I found a way to upload them. Some of them they're in my sister's laptop abandoned. But I would look for a way to revive them. But they're like small games where you catch apples using a basket, but they were developed using CSS and JavaScript. So I made them together. And since I had that code, I was just using it to create more. I'll just get that code, tweak it again, and create more games. So that's why I started developing a lot of those small websites.
Amazing. Only hearing him talk about it, you already know that he's excited about what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about, right? And just to add a little sense, for those of you that probably don't know what he's talking about when he says CSS and all, he's talking about programming language. And in fact, when I received Joshua's bio and I saw the frameworks and languages that Joshua has developed capacities in, guys, I will tell you the very honest truth. It blew my mind away. But of course, it makes sense when someone is an AWS, the youngest AWS cloud practitioner, certified cloud practitioner in Africa, right? What the skills this young man has is such that whether you want to work in Google, you want to work in Facebook, you want to work in any other company, or you want to even start your own, at least the technical part of the skills is what this guy has. So those are what is telling you So Joshua, you're telling us that you developed your website. His website is Josh for Tech, right? I think I went on your website before. It's
Just
Josh
for
for
tech.
Tech, right?
Yeah.
JoshForTech.com. Yeah. So you guys can go and check out his website. He developed his website. He developed his website for his school. What's the name of your school? Let's give them small PR.
That it was in my primary school, so that was
Okay.
when I was in primary
Okay.
school. I think the Joyland.
The Joyland. Amazing. So he developed the website for his school. And then, of course, like he said, he has built several games with JavaScript. Amazing. This is amazing. Joshua, your accomplishment at this such young ages is truly remarkable. Truly remarkable. Just to highlight a little bit more on your accomplishment, tell us about this game app, voice activated app that you built,
Yeah.
educational app. Just a little bit about it.
Okay, so that app I built was actually for an an it was an hackathon. So
Okay.
it was a hackathon where I was working on some projects, and this project seemed to fit into the scope of what I was doing. So what happened that started the project was that I was always fascinated, and I was fascinated with voice assistants because I had used Alexa before,
Wow.
and the way it works, it was amazing, and how it responded. I was like, how can it create such personalized feedback to
Mm.
for a voice assistant? And I started to research, okay, how can I develop my own? And that's where when I found a tutorial that did how to build your own voice assistant, and I worked on it. It was a basic one. It it was basically what I did was I got the inputs and the outputs, and when you ask it some questions, it will respond with voice. So you click a button and you say hi, it say hello. And I was even working on some stuff. I confided it to be able to play rock paper scissors with you, where you say rock, and then it now do 3, 2, 1. You now play a scissors. Like it don't like play it physical, it just say scissors. So and it worked me a lot of time in the games. I lost a game to AI like 5 times. That's
Wow.
out of the that's out of the subject. So I started to
Amazing.
work on that, but I had so many things like tell jokes. So basically, what I did was that I scraped the web for jokes, and I
Mm.
manually put it inside the bar. So it will randomly pick a joke. So that's tell me a joke, and that's where the voice assistant started. Then I said
Wow.
that okay, how can I use this for a, an aspect that how can I use this to enter this hackathon? What can I build with this? Then I brainstorm. I think my daddy actually was one that actually came up with that. So you can actually use this. You can actually use this for stand for this. And that's when Kagukar was born. When I was
Mm.
researching the name on I was like, what can I name this thing? And since I was trying to give someone like an African feel. So that's why I picked the name Kagukar. So Ka
Kagukar.
Yoruba, Go in Igbo, and Ka Karanta.
Amazing. This is just
That's
what?
how.
Are you serious? Wow. See, you're already receiving accolade. Amazing. You can imagine this is just look at the thought process in bringing out a solution that this young man has explained. He has not just explained the technical aspect, he also explained very critical entrepreneurship aspect, user experience, and then the delivery, the marketing part of it, the acceptance. You can imagine. This is amazing, Joshua. This is amazing. Now let's try to touch a little bit more on why tech and entrepreneurship education matter. First of all, just this is a pop question. Of course, if you never started early, if you never started, coding and learning very vital tech and entrepreneurship skills early on, do you think your achievements today would have been possible?
Actually, I don't think so. If I didn't have started technology, most of this I wouldn't even be here talking about tech today.
Amazing.
And I have to encourage my parents because they are outspoken and outlying parents, they were not like conventional parents, and they said that okay, what can we do that's out of the ordinary to
Mm.
prepare this boy prepare for the future? As I said, future proofing your child, prepare for the future. So I don't think
Wow.
I'll be able to achieve anything. All of this if I did not got into technology.
Surely, surely, Joshua, surely. So now another thing is we need to see, of course, we've shared some of these things, how tech has, how it has opened doors for you, right? I spoke of the Indomie awards and all that stuff. What sort of opportunities generally have this, in your own view, what sort of opportunities has this created for you outside, to your own life as a person, not just, those things you created? What sort of opportunities has it created for you?
First and foremost, it has given me the opportunity to share my knowledge and to be able to come up here and inspire other kids who, if they are given the right opportunities, they can even do what I've done or even better than what I've done. And it all boils down to opportunity. There's a lot of talent in this world that is undiscovered, and
Mm,
so many kids that have hidden potential have not been discovered to reach their full potential. And I won't be here if I wasn't given the opportunity to learn coding in the first place. I've gained a lot. Apart from the coding side of things, also the business. It was around this I started researching more into entrepreneurship and business. Also problem solving skills, because the app called Kagukar was built to solve a problem. Because I was brainstorming that, okay, what problem can I possibly solve to
mm,
get me into this hackathon? And that was when the problem solving starts. And still to today, I still think up upon ideas. I write them down. Sometimes I discuss them with my dad. Okay, is it possible that we can work on this idea? What we need to we need to do to create this Apple product. So I still brainstorm problem solving skills. Also, I've also learned a lot in terms of building stuff and the creative process of building stuff, the creative process of
mm,
developing stuff, creative process of creating things.
mm,
And what was even amazing about tech was that you could see what you have built. And especially the part of tech I was in, which was web
mm.
development. The reason why I chose web development is because you can easily see what is happening straightforward. So as soon as you type a tag, which was HTML, or you do that, and you close it, and you type hello, you already see it on the page. And so I was like,
Yeah,
wow, you can see this thing happen. You can see this thing happen
in real
immediately.
time.
And it really drove my interest into programming more and more and more. And that was like the opportunity that it created for me. It not only helped me in problem solving skills, also built me in entrepreneurship, and also it made me to enjoy the process of developing something from scratch. And that's what
Yeah,
yeah, and
amazing,
that's the major thing that it has actually done in developing me. And
amazing,
you're also giving me the opportunity to speak here too. And that is the most important part, and inspire other kids. And that's the one that is the most important part.
beautiful. I love that part. I love that part. The opportunity to learn and also the opportunity to inspire others. This is just so amazing. Now, Joshua, um, definitely your journey is an amazing one, and parents here are already wondering. A lot of things are going on in their mind. We're going to try to address some of those stuff in their mind. But first of all, definitely, by what you've shared already, you've not just picked technical skills, your life has also improved as a person. Your thinking as a person has also improved. Look at you're able to come in front of parents from all around the world to speak and deliver an amazing fireside chat. And you've spoken at several other events. And I can only imagine you're just 13. What would the future look like for you? And this is just so amazing. But here also, your journey is one that you can see that a lot of it was engineered by your parents. Of course, you're still under the tutelage and care of your parents. You know, how would you say particularly that your parents helped you that was so unique that will be something parents in the school can also take from and see how they can apply that to their children. So how can they support and nurture their children's interest, in tech, and what do you advise for them, that for those people as well, those parents that they don't really understand these technologies and everything, what exactly do you advise them to do?
Okay. First of all, most support your child's interest. Support what do they like, because there's nothing in tech there's nothing in real life that cannot be applied to tech. When it comes to art, if you are into art, if you're into drawing, you can work on characters for games. That one thing that took my time. I had to, when I was scouting for I had to create, when I was developing one of my first games, I had to create use I think MS Paint to draw a gas cylinder to
Wow.
make sure that it is visible. And so there's a lot of things that can commemorate, and everything that any interest that your child has, be it tech or art, always try to nurture it, always try to support it. Also, another thing that is being out thinking, that's one asset that has even brought me here. Not just thinking about the conventional things like, okay, go to school, then we finish school, you go to university. Okay, what other skills can you carry along with you on this journey to future to your success? And that
Yeah.
was what my parents were very out thinking. Sometimes they might the people are like, hey, this is not supposed to work. Why are you doing it this way? Why are doing it this way? Why are you doing it this way?
Yeah.
And that was what I dream me. And when there's innovation, when there's innovation, things move and things go. If
Mm.
if everything is the same, nothing is going to develop. The world is going to remain stagnant and even go lower. And then my parents were innovative, and okay, the things that people might have thought were not supposed to be done, or not part of the curriculum of school, not part of the program that kids are supposed to have. And it's trying to do the things that even adults are supposed to do. And sometimes when I will go for courses, I'll notice that they'll say that, sorry, until you're 18, you can't enter this course,
Mm.
because they have they have restricted me. That's really been a bit of a barrier. But
Mm.
I always find other alternatives. Sometimes
To
my
learn.
parents will help register for the course, and then I can now take it through my parents. My parents can now I cannot take it through my parents. My parents will do the course, and I will be doing it also when they are done with the course. So those are the things that I'm out thinking and unconventional thinking. I think that's the
Mm.
that's the right word,
That's a
unconventional
grand.
thinking, and
Mm.
supporting all the way. And also, even when some things don't go well, they're always there to support you. There was a
Amazing.
time that um I was working on this program. That's when I was still working on Kagukar, and I was working on the Kagukar stuff. I was trying to work on Kagukar version 2, and then I encountered an issue where the database was not working. My dad made sure that they fixed the problem. Was even the one that was pushing that I should talk to my mentors, that this is what is going on, and make sure we solve it. And that really pushed me, to going past what I would normally pass. I would normally go by myself. So
Wow.
so always
Wow.
support
This is
support your kids.
think unconventionally, and support your kids throughout. We're in a world today where, so many parents think, oh, it has to be medicine, it has to be law, it has to be this. If it's not this, it's that. But the world is no longer there. If you're still thinking like that as a parent, that's actually very wrong. You can see, read Joshua's story, understand Joshua's story from music. It all started from music. He still has passion for music, but that was where it started, from using the keyboard and everything. And then, of course, the parents got him a keyboard. You can imagine, from seeing that he had interest in music, got him a keyboard, and getting the keyboard led to him being able to use the what do you call it now, keyboard, the actual keyboard for computer, and that evolved into being a tech skill, which was nurtured, now brought about who you're seeing today, and several strategic support by the parents. Even when it failed, they definitely supported. That's amazing. There's one simple question, there's one very critical question I'm sure that every parent here is already asking. All right, they're already asking this question, which is, they are worrying. I'm sure that many parents here are worrying that their child's involvement in tech and entrepreneurship could hinder their academic performance or distract them from other important aspects of their development. All right. So, first of all, you tell us how can parents, address these concerns using yourself as a case study. The question is, you now, are you now distracted in your academics? Are you failing in school? Are you now a non-entity? Are you dropped out? These are practical questions. Maybe professors are already thinking that maybe you are dropped out of school. No, this one is 13 years old now. Maybe you will drop out. Maybe So tell us how exactly what's the synergy between tech, entrepreneurship education, and then academic pursuits.
So for academic pursuits and development in life in general, I think most fear that kids might use tech for other reasons. They might use tech to distract themselves, or they might use tech to go into other vices that might not be unnecessarily good. For instance, the way social media can influence kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first and foremost, it's good to know that you have to moderate. It's always good to moderate what you watch online. My friends always try to create that space. Even they try to monitor what you watch. They don't want us just watching the things that are not supposed to be for our consumption. So they always moderate that. And that was one of the reasons why instead of getting the national TV, they actually got a curated TV playlist that
Wow.
was supposed to be that had created content and that were watched, and they now knew that okay, this is what my kids could watch, and so they made that they got the curated content, and that's what we use. We weren't just first and foremost, we didn't really use the conventional TV because there were so many things that were going on that we children were not supposed to watch, and it was so easy to, in a click of a button, start watching something that I wasn't supposed to watch, and also to help us focus on our studies and focus on our life. So they created that playlist and they made sure to moderate what we watch. So first and foremost, discipline, moderate what your children watch online. But in terms of tech, different way, tech can only elevate if it's used in the right way. It can only elevate your child. The ultimate goal of academics, the ultimate goal of taking your child to school is for you to build a successful future for them. And tech is a big enabler for doing that. And that's why I don't think that tech is generally going to the I know the in terms of academics, it's always in terms of academics, you can always tech can even help the academics. For instance, when I was working on maybe an essay, I go online and I use it. I check, okay, how do you write best? Okay, how do you how can your writing be top level so I can excel in my essays? Or I have a math problem. There's like thousands and thousands of videos on just the topic you want to solve. And by the time you're done watching like 2 or 3 videos, you know that you have to go. And so tech, even when I was starting, they really helped to explain the topics I didn't understand.
Yeah.
At school. So I don't feel that tech can bring can harm or necessarily distract. It can only develop, and if it's used in the right way, and if your kids use it to develop themselves and to learn new things, can only help and only push them to your final goal. So
Amazing. So this is just beautiful. This is just beautiful. Tech used the right way. When it's used the right way, when you apply the right strategies, this is more or less, for example, what we teach our kids, our learners in tech school here. First of all, is that we create that environment for the parents in here at tech school. We create that environment. We issue them a special account that helps monitor, or limit or restrict to the extent that they have access to the entire web. That's one. But also we create an environment where they can interact with tech without having to feel guilty that they are doing so, because sometimes you're taught in school that, it only has to be this way. You don't have to think outside the box. It's just 1, 2, 3 set of answers. Outside this, no other answer. But the best way to learn is to engage in tech and, engage in the world's information. And look at that as it's telling you. If you want to solve a math problem, your child was given a math problem to solve. Allow him go on the internet and search for such problems. By the time he's done watching several videos on such problems, he's even better. He has a better understanding of that thing that he wants to solve. And I can tell you for free that Joshua is not saying what is out of place. This is absolutely correct. Joshua, your achievements today would have not been possible if your parents did not take the chance and invested in your learning. One question, just one thing that you have to say to your parents right now, just one.
I'll tell him thank you, and yeah, I want to say I love you, mom. I love you, dad. Thank you for creating this opportunity for me. Like I don't know what I've been. They didn't really think outside of the books, and they are maybe go to the conventional way. And thank you so much. Thank you for creating. Thank you for even when I show that I was neglecting. You still held me by, you still scolded me, and you still shaped me, and you formed me into
Amazing.
the perfect self.
Amazing. 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 This is just beautiful. This is just beautiful. Now we're going to be moving into the a general. We're going to be opening the floor for questions right now in a bit. But before I do that, I'm going to bring up Joshua's dad to say something very quickly. Um, while Joshua's dad is coming up, I'd like you guys, parents, to put your questions in the chat if you have some. I'm going to be looking at that. Put your questions in the chat, and it's just phenomenal what we've heard and what we've listened to today, Joshua. And yeah, that's Joshua's dad seated right there. Good evening, sir. It's nice to see you. Welcome into the meeting.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So I have one question for you. I'm sure that you must be a very proud dad. And the one question I have for you is that do you believe that the investment you've made with Joshua, you made the right investments with Joshua in his learning? And also, if you had a chance, would you do it all over again?
Definitely. I think the results speak for itself. I think the result speaks for itself. And, one thing is to understand the potential your children hold very early in life, and then to be able to provide that enabling environment to nurture them, to be able to harness the potential of their giftings maximally. So that is what we have had an opportunity to do, right?
Yeah.
We know people give Joshua different labels. Some people say prodigy, some say genius. All those labels. We thank God for those labels as some kind of evidence of what we've done over the years. But I think that this same kind of result can be replicated with most kids. I don't think what we've done is a miracle in a sense. Yes, we understand the miraculous, we understand the dimension of God helping us along the line. But I think this can be replicated with other children.
Mhm.
And that is why we are pushing Joshua to the front to say, see, kids can do more, and parents can provide an enabling environment for kids to do more. I keep saying this. One of the books that inspired us to work with Joshua very early, on his talent or his potential, is a book written by Malcolm Gladwell. And I encourage parents to read that book. It's called The Outliers. Malcolm Gladwell, The Outliers. It is a study and a research on success, on achievement of top people in their trade, and not just that, of other phenomena. But the part that interested me most was the study on outstanding people. And what that book captures in summary is that if someone starts something, you want to be top 1% in your field, start early. And that if you keep building on a certain area of focus or specialization, and you keep working on it and investing time on it. If you are able to get to a stage where you have invested 10,000 hours on that particular specialization or skill in terms of your work on it, that you are likely to have moved into the top 1% in that field, right? And they did that study for people like Bill Gates, like Michael Jordan, like some other top celebrities and people who are in sports and in technology. Before Bill Gates was 19, he had crossed 10,000. Before he was 16, he had crossed 10,000 hours. So why won't he become the richest man in the world for a long time? So what we are saying is that, as you said earlier, Joshua, that technology is defining the future, and it's going to define the future of our children. It's already defining things, and it's going to be the future in which our children are going to live. And while we are very grateful with what the educators are doing in school, but school is leaving a gap. It's not doing enough to prepare our children for that tech future that's going to be very pervasive. So we parents have the responsibilities to supplement their education, right, and make sure they are future ready, for what is to come. So school is doing its best. Not all schools are doing enough. So that's why we are proud to associate with schools like Tech School, because we know you are in the business of helping to give this supplement. It's just like when you feed your children with normal meals, sometimes you give them some additional supplements to make sure that all they need is complete. So that's what we are saying about tech, and that please, tech is very, very important for everything your children are going to do, whether they love music, whether they love art, whether they love sports. They cannot run away from tech right now. Tech it holds everything. So don't say, oh, my child is just an artist, or my child is just is interested in music. It does not need technology. Oh, sorry, you are making a mistake, because technology is already taking away the job of musicians, and it's the musicians that are getting on the bus of technology that are now reaping the benefits. So everything leads to technology and then diverges out of it. So please let us make sure we get technology education for our children. So as for Joshua, we are glad that we went this route. We took some risks. We like you said, we thought out of the box. We thought without the box, right? And we have these results so far. And we believe that there are more results for the future. So if we have to go this route, we will go it again, and probably better, based on the lessons learned so far.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Agboola. That was profound. That was quite compelling. And of course, parents have heard him. It's absolutely important. He's proud and he's going to do it all over again. And I love what you said, that it's not a miracle. It's not, we give all those labels because it has happened today, but when it started, it didn't look like that. He looked like a regular kid that was just given an opportunity, and now he is now exceptional. So parents, whether your child is 6 today, 7, 10, 12, or whatever the case might be, you still have an opportunity to give them the foundation to start early. When they start earlier, you want to keep them at the top 1%. I said it in my opening that this is exactly what technology does. Before, we only talk about when as a young person, if you say you are an entrepreneur, people just say you are unemployed. You're unemployed, you don't know anything, they just categorize you as unemployed because they didn't think it was possible. But the advent and the advancement of technology has just made it so amazing that a 13-year-old can be inspiring us all today and, doing all amazing things for his life. So thank you so much, Joshua. Thank you so much, Mr. Agboola, for this amazing session. Joshua, let's take a break from the serious talk and do some, just a little fun things with Tech Trivia Challenge. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So this is going to be, you see, this is the ruler. It's more like a game. You don't think so much. Just straight up give me the answer, right? I'm going to hit it to you straight, and you're going to give me the answer. All right? Let's put this your tech prodigy and everything to work. Let's know where it is. All right. So number one, why did the computer go to the doctor?
Hey, where the computer go? I don't know, to get his CPU system checked.
Yeah, yeah. To get his what did you say again?
His CPU checked.
To get the CPU checked. Maybe because a virus has entered. Amazing.
Yeah.
Why do programmers feel? Why do programmers prefer dark mode?
Prefer, like this is a question. Why do you prefer dark mode? First and
Yeah.
foremost, it's good for our eyes. No, when you're sitting at the laptop for like 16 hours, you have to protect your eyes. So all the lights are not flashing, so you can see the code
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So related to programming, light attracts what? Bugs. Light attracts bugs. So why?
Okay, I get it.
Light attracts bugs. So why was the computer code?
Computer code.
Why was the computer code?
Because he overheat. The CPU was too hot.
It's code. The computer was code.
He had a hot shutdown.
It
I'm not really
left-
good
it
at this
left-
video. Please forgive
It
me.
left his
I'm not good
windows. It left his windows
Oh.
open. All right, so let's get to the one I'm sure that you know. What is the world's most widely used search engine?
Google.
What is the world's most widely used search engine?
Google.
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 Google. Good. What is the term for a program that replicates itself and spreads to other computers?
I think that's supposed to be it. I think is that a Trojan horse or a virus?
Virus. Amazing. What is your message to fellow kids and teens that might be listening to this call right now?
First and foremost, whatever I've been able to achieve, I've just been given because of my opportunity, and I've seen that tech school is willing to give kids that opportunity by also teaching them not just tech skills but entrepreneurial skills. So if you're willing to get your kids into tech and shape their future, please call up Mr. Joshua to apply for the tech school. So also make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm just for tech. I'm thinking of posting more and often. If you really want to learn some tech, I do some videos on tech, on programming. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Josh for Tech, JOSH FORTECH. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. I think I just crossed the milestone of 1,000. I'm trying to grow.
Wow. Guys, this has been amazing. Please give it up for Joshua. Use your reactions. However, give it up for Joshua. It's been an amazing session with Joshua, guys. Parents, please give it up for him. It's not easy. It's amazing. It's been an amazing time. Give it up. Joshua, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much. Of course, I know you're going to stick around for the rest of the session, but thank you so much for such an amazing session. Amazing.